Welcome to another episode of the Michigan Angler. Today, I'm going to be helping you find what baits to use in what types of water clarity in different times of year, whether it's soft plastics, crankbaits, buzzbaits, poppers, lipless crankbaits, and we're also going to go over briefly what line I use. So let's get started, and we're going to try and get this going pretty quick because I don't have much time to do this, but this video is going to be especially for a school in New York, School of Arts. I've been talking to the girl who runs the whole club, the fishing club for the school, so this video is special for them. I'm going to try and help them get into some bigger bass, and I know it's kind of season winding down, but we're going to try and get some fall tips in here, so different types of baits for the fall. So let's get right into this. First bait I'm going to jump to are these Senkos in the middle of the table. As you can see, I have 6 different colors of them. I think I have some more bags of them somewhere, but these are the ones I grabbed out. So a couple of my favorite colors to throw are black and blue and green pumpkin. And one of my favorite ways to fish the Senko is to wacky rig it. It has a kind of a butterfly action in the water. So we'll go with this one because I think you'll be able to see this one the best. So you can either take the hook, go just about center. I like going a little more towards the thinner end because then the heavier end will get more action and this will still flip some too. But if you go center, it'll be fine too. And then push the hook through. So just come through, and that's wacky rig like that. Or you can go to the store and buy a wacky rig tool, some wacky rings. Without the tool, you just slide it on the end, and it's kind of a pain, but you pull it up to the center or wherever you want it. Like I said, I usually go closer to the thicker end. So you roll it up, get it where you want it, so it's the black little ring there, and then instead of hooking into the bait, you just go right around the ring. So that way, when fish are biting it, instead of ripping away the bait and pulling on it, it pulls on the little rubber ring, and that'll save you so many Senkos. It's okay if you hook a little bit into it, but without it, it gets torn up really easy. So I try and use these as much as I can. I got this little pack of them on Amazon. I think it was $5 for a pack of 100. So those are definitely a good thing to have. And then you can either leave it on when you're done or take it off. So usually when I'm fishing wacky rig, I use a 1/0 hook. So that's what I have here. Just like when you're targeting any other type of fish, you're going to want to think like the fish. Where are the fish going to go? They need oxygen to live. They're going to need cover. So docks, bridge pilings, lily pads, fall downs, like where the trees fell in the water, branches in the water. So definitely cast around those. In lily pads, if it's a cloudy day, then I'd go with kind of top water or a buzz bait like this one. If it's cloudy, then I usually go with a little darker bait even in clear water. So this popper I like throwing morning and nights, overcast when it's morning and nights, midday if it's a gloomy day like I said today. So usually when it's cloudy, you have a wide range of baits to pick from, but this is definitely a go-to as well. Lipless crankbaits are always a must in the fall. If you don't have one of these, I recommend going to grab one from Bass Pro Shops or Gander Mountain or any other store that you have in New York or whatever city you're fishing in. So this, just a typical lipless crank. I got this one at Bass Pro Shops, I think for like $2.50. Usually I replace the hooks. I haven't fished with it yet, so I haven't replaced them, and I forgot to grab some while I was at Bass Pro. So I have to replace the hooks on these, and before I place them, I'll do a demonstration of why you have to. I'm going to kind of transition from the baits and do a little line run through right now. So I have a couple different, I think 2 different schools of braid. yeah, two different spools of braid. I don't know where my other one went. I have the yellow one that's on my bait casting rod, and I have this green one that is on this spinning rod here. I'm gonna replace this line though. I'm gonna throw some of my mono on it. So with braid, you have little to no stretch with it. So if you're frog fishing in cover and you need a good hook set, then I usually use braid, heavy pound braid, usually 25 to 50 depending on how much cover there is. That way, when the bass comes up, he grabs it, and you have no stretch to the line, and it's gonna have less of a chance of breaking. So braid's what I use for frog fishing, and then if I'm using it for any other type of fishing, like I was doing over the weekend, I'll throw a little strip of mono or fluorocarbon on it, just so that the fish won't see it. So I like fishing braid because it has very little stretch to it, and you can just get things out of cover so much easier. Um, for a while, I was just throwing mono, and then once I transitioned over to braid, it made a huge difference. But mono is usually what comes stock on the reels you get if you get them in the store and they have line already on them. Um, Most of the time would be mono. This spool of braid that I just showed you, Fishing Sir, this one is 30-pound test, and then this is 12-pound test mono. Both of them are Fishing Sir. I'll leave a link below so that you can check them out. I'm trying not to go too in depth because if you go too in depth, then you just get confused more. So I tried touching on almost everything. Hopefully these tips helped the students of the New York Fishing Club, as well as some of the other people who are watching this video, because I know I struggled at the start trying to find what baits to use and when to use them. So this time of year, it's October, leaves are starting to change colors in Michigan. Lipless cranks, buzz baits, spinner baits, top water in the morning. If you're new to bass fishing and are looking for baits to get, definitely get a pack of Senkos. Black and blue and green pumpkin are the two that I recommend. Green pumpkin are good for clear water, black and blue for darker water, like I said earlier. So green pumpkin, black and blue, and that goes for every soft plastic you get. If you get green pumpkin, black and blue, and then in flukes I like sometimes getting the watermelon red too. So if you get watermelon red, those will work pretty well. So that's kind of the rundown of what colors, not going too in depth like I said. I hope you guys are doing well in your tournaments. I hope everyone is catching fish and getting top threes. I'm going to start fishing tournaments soon. And if you live in Michigan, let me know where you live. Just, I don't want your address or anything, just the city, so that I can try and plan some fishing tournaments. I registered with the DNR a couple months ago, so I'm going to try and get some tournaments set up. And since ice fishing is coming soon, there's a lake by my house, I'll do an ice fishing tournament there. So if you live in Michigan, comment below, or if you're out of state and are willing to come, it'll be small prizes though, so just let me know. Thanks for watching.